Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I've kind of figured to go a different way with my channel. So, years back, when I was a performing arts student, I used to do singing videos, got a few showcase videos on there, but I feel like I need to go in a different direction. I mean, I'm probably still gonna do some singing videos, maybe, but I've also figured out that a lot of other people's inspiration from stuff comes from reviews. So I've figured if I want to start getting more involved with YouTube, that I should probably do reviews on films or TV programs. And well, I've decided to do my first one. So I think I'm literally gonna date right back to the beginning, to the very first film that I remember, and that obviously being Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So the 1979, no, 1971 classic that starred Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka, and well, basically I've been watching that film since I was 2 years old. Like I remember the first time. Okay, maybe not the first time I watched it, but like when you're a kid, especially at that young age, you don't really know how to throw yourself into a film. Like it can feel really strange and it can feel magical at the same point. So with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, even to this day now, I still appreciate it. It is actually probably one of the greatest films of the 20th century, and for it to be out in that year, it would have had. Well, I would have actually hoped it would have had a lot of success, and like I've always been in love with that film. I remember last year I actually did a 50-year anniversary, as well as celebrating me watching it for 21 years, or 20 actually, no, 20 years, and even now I still love watching the film. Like I have never actually stopped watching that film. Like there is literally no time when I won't not watch it. I even watch it on YouTube, like little clips that always they always well, I always love those certain parts. It's like it's either the music or the scenery, and it was just a great film for its time. What I loved most about it was that you could just literally fall into the imagination of it, pun intended. But it was always just such a great film, always full of great actors, and I've always had a great appreciation for it, as I still do now. Like it's just incredible, like what they did with it, and it's literally a shame that I've only seen certain behind the scenes of it, but throughout the years I've literally rewatched it, and um I don't want to say understood it, more like well, you know what? I can't actually think of a word for it. But all I know is that it's a fantastic film. Like I would say, even at the beginning of the film, the theme tune. Oh my god! Like the theme tune is absolutely fantastic. I remember as a kid, and this is kind of cringy, but I used to put the theme on repeat, and I would always kind of do like a mime of orchestra, because I don't know, it was always such a delightful tune, and it always seemed to bring me joy. And I still remember it. I even have it downloaded on my music on my phone, and it's just like it's the nostalgia. It's the nostalgia of how fantastic it is, and growing up with a film for this long, it's been a life changer. It really has. And my favourite scene of it, well, I don't know why, but I always seem to enjoy the nut. No, not the nut room scene. That's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The Golden Goose room. Like, I don't know why, but it always seemed to have a bit of comedy to it. That's the thing though with these kind of films. They have that little bit of commentary. I mean, comedy. I will admit though, when I was growing up, I did actually notice some stuff in there, and I'm thinking, hold on a second, that doesn't sound right. I mean, it probably sounded right back in that day, but now that it's going further, it kind of seems a little bit wrong. But then again, as a kid, that's not something you would notice. As an adult, it's a different case. But then again, I don't really take any notice of it. I mean, I just love the film. And, well, I must say, the characters as well, they're amazing. Like, I've even read the book, and even though the book and the film is very different, they both still, like, open my mind. Like, they've always just opened my mind. And Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, growing up watching it, honestly, I can just say, and I've always said that it is my number one favourite film. Like, I can't not say it. I mean, I have watched so many films over the years. Like, I am literally in over my head with a bunch of films, and I will still call Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory my favourite film of all time. I will always call it my number one, and that's probably it is because of the reason I've watched it for so long, or maybe just because it's the only film that I really properly remember watching as a kid. Because I used to watch other stuff like The Wizard of Oz or Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, or even Star Wars, because those were the kind of things I grew up with. And like throughout all the years, all I really remember doing is just watching Willy Wonka. Like, I think it was. Well, I don't know actually. I don't really know how if any of it had my background. I mean, it probably didn't, but I always just enjoyed watching it and feeling the magic of the film and literally wishing I was in that reality. Like, I even had dreams about it as a kid. There were some parts of the film that I just didn't really get. Like, I don't know. There were some parts of it that just seemed a little bit pointless, which um really I'm really kicking myself here for saying that. But then, some of it doesn't really seem to relate. It's like there was that little courtroom scene in it. I'm just thinking, okay, well, what's that all about? Why is there a courtroom scene about a factory? Or like the whole kidnapping situation that was literally appearing in the film for what, about 3 minutes. I'm just thinking to myself, even as a kid, I was thinking to myself, why is this scene even a part of it? What has this got to do with the film? It's a film about like chocolate bars and candy, and it just never made sense to me. I mean, it's different now as a kid, but it does still seem that little bit pointless. I mean, I'm biased. I've been watching that film since I was 2, so I'm definitely biased in that opinion. But then, the rest of the film, it has the nice little bit of music. I especially love the part when Charlie and Grandpa Joe are just singing around, or singing and dancing around in the room, and I always used to have that last little bit on repeat, just because the music and the lyrics of it. I mean, I will never forget it. Hell, I don't think I ever will. I mean, I reckon I'll be still watching that film for a long, long time, even if that means I have to replace the DVD again. Because I've actually had to replace it several times. I mean, okay, maybe that's an exaggeration. I mean, I had it on video when I was a kid, and then I got it on a DVD for my birthday. But then the disc got knackered, probably because I played it too much, and then I had to get it again, which has actually been the last time that I've got it, which was the double pack. So it featured obviously Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka, and then Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka, which another great version, like fantastic actor Johnny Depp, and obviously his version to Gene Wilder is a lot more I'd say cockier, but he also plays a good version. But then again, Gene Wilder, he was the one who I grew up with, and when he passed away in 2016, it literally, well, I was devastated because it actually felt like the last 14 years of my life at that time. No, wait, no, hold on, not 14 years, 15 years, because I was 17 at the time. Well, I literally felt like that was my childhood ended because it felt like the magic had somehow gone, and it was weird to be knowing that I'd be watching that film knowing he wasn't there anymore, like he wasn't a part of it, and it just felt like, well, it felt really, really weird. And yeah, it was a hell of a surprise to me, and literally I'll never forget it. But even then, about, well, it was quite some time ago as well. The girl who played Violet, she also passed away herself. Denise Nicholson, I think her name was, and that also felt like another part of it had gone as well, because obviously I know that when celebrities go, it has a massive impact on people. Like some just you can't get over, and particularly for these two characters, because it just felt really weird knowing that the characters you grew up with are no longer a part of it anymore, and yeah, it was just really guttering, and I was quite devastated. But looking back at the film now and knowing that they had such great roles, I mean, you can never get over that. Never. And like I'll always appreciate the contributions that they made to the film and the comedy that they brought to it. But I don't know, like that film has meant so much to me from being a kid to even right now. Like I still love it, and I don't think I'll ever stop. Like I actually hope to and I know this is gonna sound weird. I really hope that in 2071 I'm still gonna be around, because if that film is showing in the cinema as a 100th anniversary, I'm going. I will literally go to that cinema. I didn't go last year for the 50th, and I'm kicking myself for that because I actually wanted to. I wanted to discover what that film would have been like in the cinemas rather than just seeing it on my own screen on the DVD player. But I knew I should have went. But I suppose with work it was very, very busy, so I couldn't have gone. Uh, but no, just like The film in general is fantastic. Like, I've never had any doubts about it. It's always brought me so much joy, and personally, well, I don't know what I'd be without that film. It's just been a huge impact to me for the last 21 years, and quite frankly, I couldn't think of any other film that, well, that I couldn't be more happier to watch. So that's my first YouTube review video, and hopefully I see everyone else for the next one.